What would you tell us about what they'll be dealing with on the ground in Gaza?
Well, first of all, they're going to be dealing with asymmetrical warfare. Gaza is a very tightly built-up area. There's going to be a lot of urban fighting in there, which means a lot of 90-degree angles. There's a tunnel system, which is being closely looked at by a specialized unit, which has been training for years from our engineer unit. Our Andasakravit is what it's called in Hebrew. And within that unit, you've got a sapper unit, a very highly skilled explosive ordnance disposal unit called Nichole. They have been training. These are going to be the guys who are going to go into those tunnels. They're going to start breaking down those booby traps, those explosives. There certainly will be an expectation of that. In addition, the Givati Brigade, the Golani Brigade, the Nichole Brigade, pieces of the Tzanchanim, which is our airborne brigade, all very elite infantry units. Also within those units, there are special operations assets. Every one of our IDF infantry units has special operations assets within them. And those IDF units, just so you know, are trained to the standard of U.S. Army Rangers. These are all quick reaction units. We're a lot smaller. We're not taking giant mass clumps of soldiers and putting them on some foreign land to go do business. This is our backyard. So we're seeing the complete surrounding of Gaza right now. The time that we've had has been a blessing. It's allowing for preparation. It's allowing for equipment. It's allowing for the soldiers to get focused, get organized. Then it's also allowing for special operations to quietly be conducted on the ground. I can assure you that the Staff Reconnaissance Unit, the Flotilla 13, which is the Shayetet Shalosh, our Navy SEALs, they also have a special hostage rescue cell within that unit. That General Staff Reconnaissance Unit is our Tier 1 Delta Force, equivalent to DevGru, or the British SAS. That's Bibi Netanyahu's old unit. That's the same unit that went to Entebbe, Uganda, July 4th, brought back over 100 Israelis after about a week and a half. That's one of the top units in the world. And while we may not have invented hostage rescue, we certainly perfected the playbook. And the hostage situation inside of Gaza is a major piece to this operation.
Yes.
We want to bring back Mia. We want to bring back those hostages. And we've got multiple target locations that are going to have to be blitzed at the same time. But the good news is that I have a feeling that Israeli Spec Ops Unit, the General Staff Unit, the Israeli National Police Unit, known as the Yamam, one of the top 3 units in the world, the Yechidah.
Let me ask you, if I can, let me ask you specifically about that. I want to bring, the reason I interrupted, I want to bring up our maps again one time full on the screen while before Aaron answers this, and we'll show the system of tunnels. We were showing video already, which does give you an idea of what it would actually look like. But if you look at the tunnels themselves, it's in this northern part of Gaza, which is where the evacuation zone is as well. That seems to be, if these maps are accurate, right in there, that seems to be the most extensive part of the tunnel system. So that's where the fighting, at least as much as it involves tunnels, Aaron, would take place, right? This might be a very, very basic question, but it's a layman's question. How are they going to do that? How do you go in and rescue hostages if they're in there?
It's tricky because this is linear assault, or tubular assault is what it's referred to. It's the same type of assault that we performed back in 1972 when the General Staff Reconnaissance Unit took down an airplane that was taken hostage and flown into Israel. Our late Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu commended that raid. So those units are trained to be able to deal with that type of linear warfare. It's going to involve the use of shields. It's going to involve the use of the Yechalom unit to be able to dismantle any improvised explosives that are set up within that tunnel system. We've had a lot of information and intelligence about those tunnel systems for many years. However, we've had the gloves on because, there's a lot of pressure on Israel constantly when it comes to dealing with terrorism. But, the gloves are off now. The units are focused. They're ready. There's many, many units that are going to have to get in and around those tunnels. It's going to be violent. It's going to be bloody. And that's the price that we pay to maintain a Jewish state. It's the cost of doing business. But we've got a lot of intel in those tunnels. We've been dismantling all of the supplies that get to those tunnels over the last 72 hours with incredible aggressiveness and selectivity. We've taken out the warehouses that supply those tunnels. We've taken out electricity that supplies those tunnels, and the quiet and all of the time that we've had due to the president's visit, Joe Biden. It's a friend of counterterrorism when it comes to initiating assaults on structures and tunnels that don't hold hostages. And the reason why is because we can take our time. Let's tire Hamas out. Tire terrorists don't shoot us. We like that. However, the tricky part here is with the hostages. That may involve gas, non-lethal. It may involve water. The Israelis are smart. They're very creative, and this mission is going to be built in a custom way in order to be able to deal with every single piece of this assault and coagulate it through osmosis so that we've got the level of success here.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.